Hello. Let's see who's popped on. Well, it's Krista. Good morning. Aren't you still in church, lady? Are you watching me from church? Well, it is afternoon there for you. That is correct. All right, so today, hey big sister, how are you? So today we're going to color the Stick Your Neck Out set. So it has this image of this giraffe with this little guy, you're grocery shopping, and then it has all of these sentiments, and then these little spots are actually the giraffe spots. So we're gonna utilize those today. So I've taken the stamp set out. Now what I've done is I've actually stamped this, and when I stamped this, I just used a Q-tip and wiped the ink off of the little dude. So I'm going to have just a giraffe, no little guy standing with it. Hi, Auntie. So it's something that you can do to your stamps that's really, really simple. You just stamp them. So I stamped in desert sand. You can stamp in black, whatever you want. And then I just used a Q-tip and wiped all the ink off of this little guy so that he didn't stamp. Now, I still got like little pieces, but that's okay because I'm going to be able to color over that. So that's what we're going to start with today. So what I'm going to do, and I know all of you ask for this all the time, is I do believe I'm going to do a rainbow giraffe. So if you know anybody who likes rainbows, you should definitely be tagging them and calling them here, or sharing this video would be amazing. The more shares we get, the more people know we're out there, and we are definitely trying to build Sweet Sentiment as much as we can. So if you don't mind sharing, that would be amazing. So I'm going to pull out some colors. We're going to start coloring this giraffe, and we're going to go full on rainbow with this guy. So hopefully y'all are with me on that. So I'm going to start, I kind of like to start with pink. So I'm going to do a pink-ish blend, and we're going to start with his face. So I have my RV69, and I'm just going to go ahead and put in shadows where there would normally be shadows. So the biggest thing to coloring rainbow is to not forget that your shadows are still there. So no matter what color you're doing, you still need to put those shadows in. I'm going to go around his eyes. He looks a little scary right now. Hi, Linda. How are you? Are you recovering from the wedding? I heard it was quite the shindig. Okay. And then his little ear. And then this part right here is his mane. So I'm not going to color that just yet. I'm going to need way more talking than this out of y'all. You guys need to be way more talkative this morning. I know it's Sunday. I know everybody's kicking back and relaxing. Some people are out grocery shopping. but I still think y'all can talk. Giraffes have these weird, like, horn things. I don't even know what you call them. So I'm calling them weird horn things. Donna, hello! You're too mesmerized? Mesmerized by the rainbow giraffe? I mean, why not, right? Everybody always wants me to do rainbow stuff, so a rainbow giraffe is. Barely had a great time seeing all my grandchildren at the same time. Had a bit much to drink. Rut-row. Are you ready for Schaumburg? Okay. Yep, I sure am. Where is that? Schaumburg is near Chicago in Illinois. It's like a suburb-ish. We're about to use 100 million markers. I hope you all know. Sure am. They put us in the back, Linda. We're in the back corner. You're gonna have to tell them that that's not okay. Nobody puts your babies in the corner, right? Your daughter's texting me and she knows that I'm live. We're near two of our favorite people too. Hi, Sandy. Karen, hello, good morning. Happy Sunday. We're just getting started. We are coloring a rainbow giraffe. So this stamp set is called Stick Your Neck Out. And as you can see, I have masked the little dude. Not really masked him. All I really did was used a Q-tip to wipe off the ink. So I just inked him up and I used this little Q-tip to go like this, and I wiped off all the ink on the little dude. And then here we are coloring just the giraffe. Okay, so I just used RV55, so I have to see where I want to go from here. I have not chosen colors at all. So here's 55. So I think I'm gonna actually like come down and do R83. You lost me. I'm still here.
Fingerprints off your door.
Okay. This is going to be a little bit more on the reddish side of pink, and I'm doing that for a reason because my rainbow is going to go into a red. So from pink into red. So I'm leaning this pink color into more of a reddish pink. He looks kind of crazy with no eyeballs, though, let me tell you. Just so you guys know, our coloring retreat in November in Texas is sold out. But if you would like to be put on the waiting list, please contact myself or Sandy, and we will make sure that you occupy a spot on the waiting list. Okay, so here's our pink-headed giraffe. With no eyeballs. Don't mind that he has no eyeballs. That's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Oops. Is everybody here still? Nobody's talking. Okay, so now I'm going to go into red. So I'm going to start with my R59. Hopefully I'm still live. I'm going to come down his neck. Do the little creases under his chin. Can somebody comment so I know if I'm still live? The last thing I have is that Aunt Candy lost me. Okay. R59, and then I'm gonna go to R39. Adding some little hairs to his mane. Slana? I don't know how to say your name, but hello. Slana? Something like that? It's kind of a cool name. Tell me how to say it. I think it's neat. Okay, then I'm going to go to R29. We're going to start filling in some of this. I'm really nervous that I'm not live anymore because nobody's answering. Put some more red in his mane. Was kicked out, but I'm back. Ta-da! Zaloa. Zalona. Zalona. Well, that's stinking cool. Zalona. Well, hi, Joy. Well, that's a really cool name. Thank you for sharing that. So now I'm going to go into the oranges because I want my red to fade into orange. So I'm going to start with our 08. Joy, I need my peanut gallery. Lost you for a bit, but you're back. Hooray! Have any of you ever done live videos? It is like the craziest thing when nobody's talking because you feel like you're talking to yourself, which, I mean, for me isn't all that out of the norm, so let's be real. But it's like, hey, I'm supposed to be doing this for y'all. Okay? And nobody's here. Oh, good. Yes, I'm talking. Can everybody else hear me, or is it just Karen? Hi, Lori. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're gonna switch over into our oranges. So you guys know me, you know I love to start with YR18. And so again, I'm gonna come in where there would be shadow. Okay. And then I'm gonna go to YR16 because I love, it says apricot. I don't know that I buy that it's apricot, but it is a bright, almost like a pumpkin orange. I don't know what I'm gonna do with his legs yet, so I haven't decided that part yet. They'll probably end up being orange because they're on that orange part of his body. I wonder why you keep getting kicked out. I'm not kicking you out, Karen, I promise. Okay. Okay, so after YR15, now I'm going to go into starting to turn this yellow. So I'm going to use Y17. And like I said, I'm probably going to end up coloring his legs the same orange color, so. So we will burn that bridge when we get there. Okay. And then after the Y17, I want something that's still kind of orangey, but leaning into the yellow. So I think I'm going to use Y19. It's got a little more yellow to it. So I'm just going to marry these colors together. Really work on blending them out. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this R05 and I'm gonna come back in here and kind of put some of this texture back in. And then I'm gonna take like one of my middle oranges, YR15, and I'm gonna sort of blend that out just so these colors look more like they fade together as opposed to specific lines. And then I'm gonna take that Y19 and continue that. So I have that nice soft gradient. I'm gonna go back through my oranges to do his leg. So we're gonna start, hi Christine. So we're gonna start by coloring the back of his leg. Rainbow giraffe time. I'm gonna shade that in. Then I'm gonna come back here where his leg connects to his body, and same thing. I'm gonna put the shadow at the back of his leg, where his hoof comes out. I keep saying his, this could be a female, you never know. I don't know how to tell the difference between giraffes, if there is anything other than the obvious. His leg's in the way, so we just can't tell. Are y'all still with me? Nobody's talking. It gets kind of eerie in here when nobody's talking. If you're new, welcome to Sweet Sentiment. We would love for you to share this video. So please, by all means, click the share button or tag friends. The more the merrier. Today we have decided to color a rainbow giraffe because people always ask me to color rainbow things. So we are making the giraffe into a rainbow. Because why not, right? Giraffes can be rainbows too. Okay. So now you see that where I took the little guy off of the front, or off of this, when I stamped it, you can't even tell that he was there. But if I lay the stamp over this, you can see where he was. Pretty cool, huh? Joy, I need you to say something so I know if people are still here. Okay, so I'm going in and coloring. Sandy, Linda, anybody? Somebody? We're here, okay. It's just really scary because everybody keeps saying that they're getting kicked out and stuff, so I'm like super paranoid. Okay, and then my Y19. Again, just kind of blending these colors out. Okay, so I'm gonna do kind of a truncated yellow since I mean, I have zero freezing. I have full, like it's connected from my phone to my computer and I have nothing freezing, and I don't have anybody else on the internet. So I'm inclined to think that it's not my internet, but I don't know. So I'm gonna do kind of a truncated yellow because number one, I don't want to run out of room for all my other colors. And number two, this is the lightest color on this giraffe. So I'm probably only going to use 3 colors, and then we're going to switch into greens, which I like using the lime greens. Number 8 seems great. It says acid yellow, so why not? And then I'm going to go to a super light yellow, and I'm going to use YO2. I'm going to go back into those other colors and kind of smooth them out just a little bit. And I will be going back and forth with my yellows when I start my greens. Okay, so now I'm going to pick like a lime green-ish color. I'm going to start with YG17, and then YG25, and then YG21. And then I'm going to go back into it with this yellow. Okay, so YG17, not a whole lot. Hi, Annie. YG25, oops, that's the wrong end. I'm going to make this front leg green, and then his back leg will be teal. Okay. Hi, Milligan. Making a rainbow giraffe. Okay. Just working hard to blend these colors. Sometimes what I like to do is a little tip-to-tip blending. So I'll take this one and I'll just soften up that transition. I have my YG21 and my YG25, and I'm using my 2-1 to color on my 2-5. Always use your lighter marker to color onto your darker one, and know this does not hurt your markers at all. Pick up some of that darker pigment. Gives you a much smoother transition. Did you hear Archie? Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to this yellow, because see how this is kind of a definite line? And I'm just gonna blend these two together so that I do not have a specific line. Okay, there we go. Now, hey girl, hey. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Jen. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my teals. I'm gonna start with BG09. And we're gonna shade where this front leg overlaps the back leg. We're giving the giraffe the rainbow treatment. That's what we're doing here today. And then I'm gonna come up from the back of his tail here. And here comes Archie again. Okay. And then I'm gonna go to BG45. And I always just kind of pick the colors as I go when I do rainbows, because I don't know what I'm gonna feel like in the moment. So it's really hard for me to pick the colors before I go. Okay, and then I'm gonna go a little bit lighter with the BG23. Yes, Archie running back and forth. Well, my husband is organizing the refrigerator right now, so he thought that he was gonna get some food. And when he realized there was no food for him to have, he came back to his perch in the window. Okay, and I want something just a little bit lighter to highlight that, so I'm gonna use my BG11 and put a little highlight in his leg and at the top of his tail. This is also gonna marry these colors together. I'm gonna go back to that yellow. There we go. All my markers are taking over my desk now. This is gonna be a fun one to type in all of these markers. No, I don't always choose the same colors for rainbow. Absolutely not. All right, I like to use all the colors. So I'm gonna go right now with the V17. Then I'm gonna go V15. And then you guessed it, V12. There we go. So there's that. Now his hooves. I'm going to do, I don't know why the sound is cutting out. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do dark hooves. So I'm going to start with W8. Okay. And then I'm going to go W6. And then I'm going to go W4. Okay, then for his eyes, I am going to start by outlining them. And then I'm just going to draw in a circle. And then I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm going to add some little pupils. Okay, I'm also going to add a highlight on each of his hooves. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the stamp set. And all these little spots here, we're going to use to stamp. So I've grabbed a stamping block and I've grabbed my VersaFine. And I'm going to put this spot just right in the middle of the stamping block. This is just one of the spots. And I'm going to ink it up. And I try to turn it so that I'm not inking the same thing like twice. Okay. Then I'm going to grab another one. I just touched the ink pad with my finger. And then I touched my paper with my finger. Are you guys with me? It's so quiet out there. Okay, thanks, Milligan. So this takes the guesswork out of drawing. all of these little spots. I'm sorry. I don't know how to combat that. I don't know what the issue is with that today. Okay. So now what I'm going to do in some of these smaller spots so these are all the heathens I hear. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, we are all the heathens because we're not in church. So I'm going to take and draw a couple little spots in places where I feel like it needs some little spots. Okay, and then I'm just changing the shape of some of these so that it's not quite so uniform. And that's why I stamped these ones lighter. Wrong. Watching from church, aren't you? Not just frozen, no sound. Right, Kathy? Don't let me be struck down, I swear. I like our rainbow giraffe. I think he's super duper fun. What do you guys think? Okay, probably one more little spot here. What do you think? Does this giraffe, it's called Stick Your Neck Out. So then I'm gonna add some little spots here for his little whiskers and his little nostrils. And then they usually have some little up here, some little something, something up here. I can't remember. Then I'm gonna go back to my white gel pen and add a highlight on his forehead. How fun is our little rainbow giraffe, you guys? So I will probably end up fussy cutting him and putting him on something else, you know, but just so that you can see, again, I colored him without the dude. So I just stamped him and I used a Q-tip to wipe off all of the ink on the guy. And there he is as just a giraffe. So this set is called Stick Your Neck Out. And they don't generally have spots on their legs. It's like this. So, I mean, it comes down further. I could put some more spots on his legs if you want me to. I get really quiet when I draw spots, apparently. There you go. Mulligan, now he has spots on his legs. You could do an ink blot test with all the spots. See what your psyche tells you. There you go. Does a dragon come digitally or just by stamp? The baby dragons, they are just by stamp. Baby dragons are just by stamp. I know, right? You came in late, so now we're done for the day. I'm so sorry. If I colored spots, I'm pretty sure they would look like polka dots, right? Little polka spots all over the giraffe. So that's why I gave you these spots in here, so that you had something to refer to, something that would make your spots a little bit different and not quite so uniform. And so you could use all of these cool little spots to get you started. And then that way you didn't have to worry about having polka spots on your giraffe. So there you go, friends. There's our little giraffe. Thank you, Linda Lou. Thank you, Donna. So that is it for me today. I will see you tomorrow again at 11. And then after that, I'm going to go to lunch with my Aunt Candy. So I will see you guys all tomorrow at the same time, same place. And don't forget to share the videos. And also, I will upload this to YouTube along with all of these markers that I used. So you will know what rainbow I used, what colors I used for my rainbow today. So anyways, thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Toodles!